Yes, what's going on, people? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host, Jan. I hope you're doing well. I really do hope that. Welcome back to the studio and to Chelsea News. That's right, the at the moment twice daily series here on the channel where I reflect on the headlines and what's being said about Chelsea, giving you my opinion for whatever that's worth. More importantly, asking for yours. Chelsea are close to agreeing terms with two notable acquisitions. One is Moises Caicedo, who reportedly has chosen Chelsea, and Chelsea with a new front of shirt sponsor. That is the gambling company Stake. Chelsea have, of course, previously spoken about the issues of gambling, but the new ownership mosey on down. And looks like we're going to finalise this deal. I'll give you the details. Apparently, Allianz, who we were kind of feeling positive about in terms of the aesthetic of the front of shirt sponsor, they were only offering 20 million a year. I think it's a year. Regardless, it was deemed not enough for the new Chelsea ownership, which I guess is a reason not to go ahead. We're going to talk about Matt Law's article to give you insight on that. Look at a concept designed by SW6, I believe it was made, and talk about Moises Caicedo choosing Chelsea. So, thank you for joining me of this, the first video of today. I'm thankful for everyone who likes the video. Let's see how many we can get. And of course, there'll be another video later, so make sure you subscribe. And when you do subscribe, should you choose to do so, hit that sweet, sweet bell, baby. Right, first off, Moises Caicedo, Chelsea, it's a one-horse race. Arsenal have dropped out for the moment as they prioritise England international Declan Rice. It does look like Manchester City were also in for Declan Rice, but he has his heart set on the Arsenal move. He wants to remain in London, and Arsenal have done very well in convincing him that the project will suit him and they'll build around him, and sold him their vision. Chelsea seemingly can't do any of those things and upset the players, and not only the players, their families, should we believe the headlines which are reported on here. So well done, Chelsea, from one disaster to another, but hopefully this silver lining of them signing Declan Rice is we get an excellent player in the Ecuadorian Moises Caicedo. Fabrizio Romano has offered continual updates on this. He says Chelsea are advancing on the Moises Caicedo deal, talks progressing on the player side, contract proposal made, the personal terms close to being agreed. The deal is not done yet, it will take time. Chelsea expect to negotiate for £80 million. De Zerbi's guaranteed Moises he can leave. Like McAllister, Moises Caicedo were both guaranteed they can leave Chelsea. To Brighton. Not Chelsea. They'll be guaranteed they can leave Chelsea in no time at all. No, I'm not negative. I'm not going to be negative. This is positive. There are also journalists, football journalists, who are suggesting that actually Moises has decided to join Chelsea. Of course, personal terms will still need to be hashed out, but he has chosen Chelsea. I believe the quote was Caicedo chooses Chelsea. Even though Chelsea don't have European football, he of course was pictured in a Chelsea shirt. I believe it was the shirt from 2 or 3 seasons ago. Of course, he's a very young player himself, so he could have been like 19 when this happens. But years ago, pictured in a Chelsea shirt. Would not surprise you that he's happy to join Chelsea. So let me know what you think about Moises Caicedo choosing Chelsea. Of course, there were reports suggesting that Brighton could ask for up to £120 million. Let's all stop. Let our craniums explode and recoil at that fact. I don't think this is true, by the way, but at the headline that they would ask such an audacious amount, more money than Enzo Fernandez, for a guy that they bought for 6 million or something not very long ago. Absolutely incredible. You know, they charge us £62 million for Cucurella. They charge 50 million for Ben White. You know, they are charging all kinds of money. It's only Liverpool. They're like, oh, McAllister, you can have him for 30 million. Love you. Chelsea, oh, you want Moises Caicedo? 120 million. Oh yeah, but we'll give you 30 million for Levi Colwill. It's just like this insulting recurring mugging off theme, and I shan't stand for it, and neither should you. But the truth is, it may be more like 80 million, which still feels like overpaying massively for a player that didn't cost that much too long ago. But again, if the money can be generated there, we all recognise how there is a need for a senior central midfielder. He'll partner Enzo Fernandez. Will seemingly have the likes of Andre Santos coming in rotation in the pivot, because it most probably will be a pivot under Mauricio Pochettino in a 4-2-3-1 formation. And in front of those two, you'll have the likes of Christopher Nkunku and whoever we have left in the squad. Maybe Carney Chukwuemeka, etc. So let me know what you think of Moises Caicedo, and let's talk about this horrendous shirt sponsor. Right, bearing in mind, gambling, front of shirt gambling sponsors will soon be illegal or not allowed against the rules in the Premier League. I've got a design I found from social media from, I believe, SW6 Daily, so shout out to them who made it. We'll show you that in a moment. But Matt Law of The Telegraph writes this: Chelsea are in the final stages of negotiations with the online casino Stake over becoming the club's new front of shirt sponsor over an initial 1-year deal. So that's a kind of sigh of relief. People won't see us wear this in Europe. We're not in Europe next season. But it does say initial, which implies it could continue. While the deal with Stake will be viewed as being a controversial one in some quarters, it falls in line with Premier League guidelines as the new... Where am I gone? Why did I disappear there? That was weird. I'm back. I think Thanos' snap just took me and then I returned. Anyway, it's controversial in some quarters. It falls in line with Premier League guidelines as the new and existing agreements with betting companies are allowed until the end of not this campaign coming, but next campaign. So 2 seasons left, essentially. The move is seen within the industry as a pragmatic one on Chelsea's part, with the club's previous sponsorship agreement with telecommunication company Free is ending this summer. And we could all unified say good riddance to Free. Having failed to qualify for next season's Champions League, an initial 1-year contract would allow Chelsea to negotiate another sponsorship deal in 12 months on better terms if the club can get back into Europe at the first attempt. So this is kind of saying, look, it's not a good look, but at the moment it's the better money for, the situation. We can get the better sponsors, the better looking sponsors when we're back into Europe, and they'll pay better money. It's been reported that Chelsea have been in talks with the company over a company from the crypto sector. Oh, Jesus Christ. Over a sponsorship deal that fell through, thank goodness, leaving the club quickly needing to find a lucrative alternative. The Freeze deals was estimated £40 million a year. That's actually decent. And Chelsea and the Blues are believed to have rejected an offer from Allianz to become the club's new principal sponsors for around half that price. Yeah, Chelsea want to make more money from sponsorships, not half the money. Granted, of course, we're not in Europe, so that will affect the quotes from potential sponsors massively. Chelsea have not commented on their negotiations with Stake, but it's estimated a deal will be on the similar level they had with the expired Free. So to get the same money as Free when you're not in Europe, I get it. Business acumen, especially on a short-term contract, so you could renegotiate soon. Maybe the pragmatism does make sense. Maybe I'm coming around to what will be a really just gross sponsor. Stake last year signed a multi-year deal with Chelsea's Premier League rivals Everton. Oh, Everton are our Premier League rivals. Mid-table rivals, baby. We both wear Stake. Thought to be worth £10 million a year, and the gambling sponsorship deals in the Premier League remain commonplace. Aston Villa penned a new deal with gambling firm BK8, while Brentford have a sponsorship deal with Hollywood Bet. It was in April Premier League clubs introduced, including Chelsea, agreed to withdraw from gambling sponsorship on the front of their shirts in time for the 26-27 season. The club are understood to remain committed to that agreement. Like, imagine Chelsea in a meeting. Yeah, we should really get rid of these, gambling sponsors in front of shirts. It's gross. It's bad. We do campaigns against gambling and staying in control. 2 years later, get me a gambling sponsorship. We need money. It's just horrendous, really. Chelsea would only be able to sell shirts displaying steak in adult sizes, with the kids showing no sponsor. And how? But before we talk about this, take a look at this edit by, I think, SW6 Daily. It says on the collar there, look, that's the shirt from next season. In theory, as a concept, with the white underneath the arms, the plain blue. We think it's going to be in gold with the Chelsea badge. If it is, and the steak is also in gold, that does not look as bad as it would look in white, but it's still steak.com. It is generally a horrendous sponsorship. There's two horrible things. Well, there's three horrible things about this. One is it's a gambling company. Two, the sort of Comic Sans gooey writing, in steak. It's like childish and weird and lowers the tone of the shirt and indeed the club. And of course, a .com underneath it. Horrendous, top to bottom. Like, you may think the shape of it and the fact that it's gold saves us a little bit. But for me, it's still a massive, stinky situation. Big time. Ultimately, though, like Matt Law writes, pragmatism. If it's the only chance to get 40 million a year for a 1-year deal, then it kind of makes sense. Come on then, Mia. She's meowing outside. Come on then. Do you want to say hi to the people? All right, come on. This is the cat, Mia, and she also does not agree with gambling sponsorships. You gonna just sit on my shoulder and show the people your ass? I suppose that's what cats do, really. Get out of my face! Anyway, I'm not happy. I'm not happy with the Get Steak sponsor. I think it looks terrible. I don't know what it represents. But at the same time, if we really are screwed for cash and it's the pragmatic thing to do, then I guess we just go with it. It's rough out here, man. I don't know. Maybe it's smart. Maybe it's the only thing we can do. And in that case, I suppose I endorse it. I don't think I think gambling should stay away from football generally. So I can't say yay. But maybe a part of me can understand there's the business acumen thing. It would look horrendous. It's a shame because it's one of the nicest kits we've had in ages, ruined by horrendous sponsors. Do you agree? Comment down below. I'll be very interested to learn what you think about this kit. But Moises says yes to Chelsea. That's good, eh? Keep it locked, friends. There'll be another video later. I look forward to seeing you then. Love you very much.